The Autism Initiative's sensory garden will take what is currently an asphalt paved car park and turn it into a productive therapeutic space. Paved pathways through the entry gate will open onto a relined smoking shelter that can be used for more productive purposes. On the left of the gate, a practical storage shed with sedum roof will bring more wildlife into the area and further green the space. Interactive sand play will be provided for with tray tables, sand gardens, zen gardens. Interactive water will likewise be added with bubbling stone monoliths and other interactive water features. The boundaries will be softened with planting, and things like curved seating can be added to further blur those boundaries. On top of the existing asphalt, we'll be able to put mobile, movable planters that can be configured in various ways to create that sense of space and define use zones. Decking over the top of the asphalt will further soften the space, and we'll be able to plant through that where desired. So that we'll be able to create leafy glade areas, shady areas, sunny spots as needs dictate, so that you'll be able to include social skills training outside, other group activities as required. Things like oak barrels are a very inexpensive way of adding water and wildlife into the garden. Space-saving espalier techniques, such as with the apple, mean that we can grow full-size fruit trees along the boundaries. Added sensory interest can come from various features placed into the garden. Things like bean arches growing up and over a path add to the sensory element of the overall space. Fruit trees grow particularly well in containers, and so we'll be able to use those within the overall garden area. Rainwater harvesting will be added through rainwater butts to the existing downpipes. Pallet boxes can be painted up and used very inexpensively and effectively as vertical gardens, adding life and light to the overall area. Shoji screens are a great way of dividing up space into activity zones. In the existing grass, we'll be able to plant more widely for wildlife benefit and seasonal sensory interest. Bird feeders, bird nesting boxes will again add to the sensory interest of the space. You may wish in time to add chickens to prompt conversation and boost social interaction. Soft sensory planting, bright colourful flowers can all be chosen by staff and clients or by us. We're prepared to provide planting plans as required. Features like heather bale walls mean that very inexpensively we can add length to the growing season, and we can also grow more frost tender plants. So it becomes a more protected environment, if you will, and much warmer, much more options for growing all sorts of plants and fruit trees. Outdoor music, outdoor art will be catered for within the long garden space down the side outside the dining room areas. Things like outdoor beanbags are very inexpensively added to the space for seasonal use. Over time, you may wish to add things like attractive painted arbours, and maybe things like outdoor fitness equipment, such as spinners, are particularly good for people on the autistic spectrum. Over time again, stage 2, stage 3, if we put in overhead beams, we'll be able to hang more sensory interest and add more raised beds, adding height and interest overall to the garden through tanked design interventions. Things like inlaid walls, again, over time, just add to the quality of the space. Thank you very much for your attention.